Hello, Magic English 8 here. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope they are helping you with your English proficiency. And if you find them useful, please kindly share them with your friends so they might also enjoy my videos. And in case you haven't still subscribed, please kindly do so as it is useful for my channel. Thank you, my friends. Today I am with you with another unit of Blue Interchange, a very beautiful book for developing all the 4 skills, especially for our speaking with the approach that I am adopting. Every now and then I pose some questions for you with some sample responses. I want you to please pause the video and give your sample responses either before I give mine or after I gave, and then you got some ideas from my sample responses. Please do that. It will significantly improve your speaking. Okay, so today we are in unit 9 of the book, and the title is Only Time Will Tell. Such a beautiful unit as it covers past, present, and future in different areas, and today is the day to sharpen our grammar blades. Okay, before getting it started, let's take a look here and see what we're going to do. At a glance, Unit 9, Only Time Will Tell. Main areas that we are covering today are life in the past, present, and future. This is the beautiful part, as here today we wrap up our grammars that we have covered in the yellow book and in the red book. We have covered grammars of present, past, and future in those books. And today we are putting them into practice. Talking about change, comparing time periods, very beautiful, and describing possible consequences with if clauses. And under grammar, we have time contrast, past, present, and future, and the conditional sentences with if clauses that I told you about. Okay, so snapshot of the unit. As you see here, the time scales of past, present, and future are compared in 3 different areas of education, work, and transportation. So your job here is to pause the video and make sentences. For example, one of them I do, so you might have some ideas what to do. For example, in the past, in the area of education, there were printed books around and blackboards. These days, we have ebooks and digital content, and in the future we we're going to have, depending on the level of certainty you have about the future, virtual classrooms and learning pills. So that is something common most of the students are after. They want a pill, so they take in, they learn all the language. I hope that never comes because it puts me out of my job. But anyway, for this I got a sample response here. The structure: people used to read printed books in the past, or people read printed books in the past tense. Most people are using ebooks nowadays, or most people use ebooks. Simple present or present progressive, talking about present tense. And in the future you can use a might, you can use a will, you can use be going to, or any other structure talking about future. There might be virtual classrooms in the future. There will be virtual classrooms in the future, or if you are certain and there are plans for that, there are going to be virtual classrooms in the future. So that is the first example I did. Now, please you pause the video and talk about work, for example. The sample response could be something like this. Some years back, people used to use time clocks. Time clock is what, for example, workers at a factory use in order to punch in the time they start working and punch out the time they are finishing their work. So people used to use time clocks in the past. These days, they frequent career changes. These days, it is so common for people to have frequent career changes, or people are changing their careers frequently. Here it is an adjective noun, frequent change. I used verb, adverb. How? People change their jobs frequently. Okay, or in the future, for example, it says intelligent robots. There will be intelligent robots in the future taking care of most of our jobs in factories or everywhere else. Or the other things that, you know, for example, assembly line. This is an assembly line where things are done more efficiently. Multiple workplaces, yeah, we know about that. And 2-hour workday, so I'm not sure about it, so we say there might be 2-hour workdays in the future. And about transportation, steam trains in the past, non-polluting vehicles now, and driverless cars in the future. So there used to be steam trains in the past 150 years ago. These days we enjoy non-polluting vehicles everywhere we go, and in the future we might have more driverless cars, because these are some concept cars these days, driverless cars. In the future we might have, we will surely have, if you are certain about that. Or there used to be ocean liners connecting continents together in the past, like Titanic. Ocean liners are the ships going in the ocean and connecting continents together. Shared cars for these days, we can see shared cars everywhere these days. Shared cars are the companies where you can rent a car and, for example, use it by hour or whatever. That is the idea of shared cars. And people are also carpooling these days. So you see, all the sentences here I am using are in present tense, all the sentences here are in past tense, and all the sentences here are in future. So in the future, there might be the idea of teleportation, which is kind of fancy for now, and that means instant change of place. Right now I am here in Canada. At a twinkling of an eye I will be in India, and then I will be in Antarctica or whatever. That is called teleportation. Okay, so because I'm not sure about it, I said there might be. Overall, in IELTS speaking or in TOEFL, whatever, the questions sometimes are not very difficult. For example, part 1 of IELTS, the questions are not difficult, but you got to be really careful if the questions are directed at past, present, or future, and you should answer accordingly. Now, for further speaking here, there are some questions for us. I have gathered some responses for you. It says, can you think of some ways life 100 years ago was different from life today in these categories, in the categories of education, work, and transportation? So it is your speaking chance right now to pause the video and give your sample response of the ways life was different, for example, in transportation. So easily you can say, for example, 100 years ago, not everyone had an automobile because it was something very, very new. Back then, people used to ride horses, or most of the people were walking to get around. Overall, transportation was very limited back then. People would not travel as frequently as what they are doing now. See all the senses in past. Present, these days, flights are so common that it's not difficult for you to eat your breakfast in Asia, have your lunch in Europe, and the dinner in the Americas. And in the future, there might be teleportation where people can instantly change their locations, or more and more people might be able to afford personal jets. So this is some sample response here I got for you. A century ago, 100 years ago, technology was limited. People relied on handwritten letters, lacked smartphones, and had basic transportation. Communication was slower with no internet or social media. Daily life centered around means focused on, very beautiful, manual task, because automation was minimal, beautiful. Medicine and healthcare were less advanced, and gender roles were more traditional. So back then, you could see that mostly women did not have any jobs, and it was men's duty to work, and women were mostly taking care of children at home. That's what it says. Gender roles were more traditional. Overall, life 100 years ago was simpler, with distinct contrast in technology, communication, and social norms compared to the present day. Okay, so this is a beautiful sample response covering the changes in these three areas. Now, not a bad idea for you to pause the video and based on this response, give your own. And the other question for practicing our speaking: how do you think life will be different in the next 50 years? So, our speculations about future. Now, my sample response: in the next 50 years, life will likely see advanced technology, improved healthcare, and environmental changes. So, it's going to talk about these areas. Smart devices may become more integrated into daily routine instead of life you can use it. Medicine may offer new treatments, and efforts to address climate issues may be prominent. Efforts to address climate change issues may be prominent. So it says maybe. We're not sure about that. And address issues. Address issues means take care of a problem, take care of a challenge, means try to deal with a problem. Adaptation to these changes will be crucial for a better future. Okay, so these are my guesses about future 50 years from now and how life might change. My idea for you: please pause the video and give your own sample response as well. And here again, we got some more speaking for you guys. So today we have a lot of sample responses for speaking. This is your golden chance to improve your speaking today. Please do that. It says, which of the changes are the most important? Why? To me, I think these are the most important changes. Print books and digital content are crucial renovations instead of change. Printed books revolutionized, completely changed knowledge dissemination or transfer for centuries. Preserving information. So it could preserve information. When books were printed, information was not lost anymore. Meanwhile, digital content enhances accessibility, enabling vast information sharing globally. So, what does digital content do? It increases our access to information, which enables us reduced adjective clause, enabling vast information sharing globally. Both have significantly impacted education and communication, fostering continuous learning and connectivity. A very beautiful sample response ending in a reduced adjective clause. Excellent for those aiming to take an IELTS or TOEFL exam, and especially for those who are looking for higher band scores. For example, in IELTS like 7 plus, or in TOEFL 100 plus. Very beautiful. Reduced adjective clause. If you are aiming to take your IELTS or TOEFL, I do recommend you to go to my YouTube and under playlist Advanced English Grammar, take care of the videos there. They are a necessity for you. And the other speaking question here, it says, can you think of 2 other developments that could occur in the future? So our speculations for the future. These are my guesses. In the future, we may see virtual reality classrooms, allowing students to learn from anywhere, which allowing students to learn from anywhere. Additionally, also, and moreover, self-driving cars could become common, transforming the way people commute and enhancing transportation efficiency. Okay, very beautiful sample responses. I suggest you pause the video, read them again, and give your own sample response, even if it's mostly a copy of my response. That's again beneficial for you. And if you find some words and combinations beautiful, please put them into your vocabulary notebook and read them over and over. So overall, this was our talk about snapshot, past, present, and future. More or less, we activated our minds to talk in past, to talk in present, and to talk in future. And if you are good, now it's time for us to go to exercise 2, the conversation. That's the thing of the past. I want you, please, not to look at the text, just look at the picture. So could you please tell me what you see in the picture? I got some questions for you here. What can you see in the picture? What is happening? So please pause the video and tell me, what do you see in the picture? Your sample response could be something like this. I can see some tall buildings in the back of the picture. They are being constructed. It looks like the city is undergoing some changes construction-wise, as I can see 2 tower cranes. 2 tower cranes in the back. Tower crane. So I can see 2 tower cranes. What are tower cranes? Google can help us. This is the image of a tower crane. Tower crane. So I can see tower cranes in the back. It shows that they are constructing. And there is another question for you. How old are the people? And why do they look surprised? How old do you think these people are? If you want to guess, maybe they are in their 40s. And they are surprised. Based on the looks I see, it looks like they have been here in the past and they haven't been around for a while, so they are surprised how the city is changing. This is my guess, yeah? So they seem to be in their 40s, yeah? In their 40s. In their 40s, and that means the age is between 40 to 49. In their 30s, 40s, 50s, okay? So that is the story of the picture. More or less we have some ideas about it now. And now let's listen to it, text covered, in order to understand what they are really talking about, okay? I am playing the listening for you. And you please don't look at the conversation. 223.
Unit 9. Only time will tell. Page 58. Exercise 2. Conversation. That's a thing of the past. Part A. Listen and practice.
I hardly recognize our old neighborhood. A few years ago, there were just houses around here.
I know. They're building a lot of new apartments. The whole neighborhood's different.
Remember the little burger restaurant we used to go to after school? Hamburger Heaven?
Of course. Now it's another office tower. And I hear they're tearing down our high school. They're going to build a shopping mall.
That's such a shame. Pretty soon, the neighborhood will just be a bunch of malls. And maybe there won't be any schools anymore.
Probably not. Kids will study from their computers anywhere they want.
So they won't hang out with their friends after school? That's too bad. I enjoyed meeting our friends at that burger place after class.
Seriously, that's a thing of the past. Nowadays, kids only meet online.
Okay, so could you give me a short summary of what they were talking about? Please pause the video and do so. So my summary is that, yes, they were talking about the past in this neighborhood, and mostly the tone is regretting, because the guy says, oh, we used to get here to that hamburger place and we used to have a lot of talk with our friends, but it's a shame that these days kids don't do that or don't have access to such a thing. The woman, however, she says kids these days are mostly connected together virtually. Okay, so that was a beautiful conversation talking about past and present. Now let's listen to it a second time, looking at the text. Okay, let's listen.
It's a thing of the past.
I hardly recognize our old neighborhood. A few years ago, there were just houses around here.
I know. They're building a lot of new apartments. The whole neighborhood's different.
Remember the little burger restaurant we used to go to after school?
So you see, the verb tense is past.
Hamburger heaven?
Of course. Now it's another office tower. And I hear they're tearing down our high school.
Present time.
They're going to build a shopping mall.
Future.
That's such a shame. Pretty soon, the neighborhood will just be a bunch of malls. And maybe there won't be any schools anymore.
Future. Pretty soon, there will be. Won't be.
Probably not. Kids will study from their computers anywhere they want.
Future again.
So they won't hang out with their friends after school?
The same.
That's too bad. I enjoyed meeting our friends at that burger place after class.
Seriously, that's a thing of the past. Nowadays, kids only meet online.
Kids only meet online, present. So you see the beautiful transitions from past, present, and future verb tenses in different sentences. That was beautiful. Okay, so one more time, let's listen talking about the grammar of
It's
this
a thing of
conversation.
the past.
I hardly recognize our old neighborhood.
I hardly recognize our old neighborhood. So could you please change it into a yes/no question? Good. Do you recognize our old neighborhood? Good.
A few years ago, there were just houses around here.
There were just houses around here, yeah? There were. Could you change a yes/no? Very good. Were there houses around? Were there houses around? Past tense. And you know that hardly is a negative maker. I hardly recognize, it means I cannot recognize. So hardly is a negative maker.
I know. They're building a lot of new apartments.
So I know. Instead of yes, you can use I know. There were just houses around here. Yes. Or I know.
The whole neighborhood's different.
The whole neighborhood is different. So they're building a lot of new apartments. Yes, no question. Are they building? Present tense, present progressive. Are they building a lot of? And the whole neighborhood's different. Again, yes, no question. Is the whole neighborhood different? Very good. By making these questions today in this conversation, we are making sure that we are good with past, present, and future. So please do that.
Remember the little burger restaurant we used to go to after school?
We used to go to after school. We used to go. We would go. We had this grammar in video 2 of this playlist, unit 2 of Blue Interchange. We used to go means in the past we did. So yes, no question, just for this part. We used to go to that place. Did we used to go to that place? Very good.
Hamburger heaven?
Of course. Now it's another office tower.
Now it's another office tower. Yes, no question. Is it another office tower? Very good.
And I hear they're tearing down our high school.
They're tearing down our high school. So, number 1, tear down means destroy. Tear down. Tear down means destroy a building.
A lot of the old tower blocks have been torn down to make way for new housing.
So a lot of the old tower blocks have been torn down. Torn. So that is present perfect. Tear down, destroy. Okay. They are tearing down our high school. So yes, no question. Are they tearing down our high school? Good.
They're going to build a shopping mall.
They're going to build a shopping mall. Future. Yes, no question. Are they going to build? Are they going to build? Be going to, talking about future. If you need some information about be going to, the playlist talking about yellow interchange and unit 11. Be going to and simple form of the verb talking about future.
That's such a shame.
Oh, that's such a shame.
Pretty soon, the neighborhood will just be a bunch of malls.
A bunch of malls means some malls, a group of malls. There will be. So, yes, no question for this one. Very good. The neighborhood will be a bunch of. Will the neighborhood be? Will the neighborhood be a bunch of malls?
And maybe there won't be any schools anymore.
Maybe there won't be any schools anymore. Yes, no question. Will there be any schools? Will there be any schools? Good. Probably not.
Probably not. Kids will study from their computers anywhere they want.
Kids will study from their computers. Yes, no question. Will kids study from their computers? Good.
So they won't hang out with their friends after school?
They won't hang out with their friends. They won't go out with their friends. So again, another yes, no. Will they hang out with their friends? Good.
That's too bad. I enjoyed meeting our friends at that burger place after class.
I enjoyed, past tense, meeting our friends. 2 points. After enjoy, we got a gerund, which means verb ing. I enjoyed going. After enjoy, verb ing. And the other point, please change it into a yes, no. Good. Did you enjoy meeting your friends? Did you enjoy meeting your friend? And seriously.
Seriously, that's a thing of the past.
That's a thing of the past. Is that a thing of the past?
Nowadays, kids only meet online.
Kids only meet online. Yes, no question. Do kids meet online? Very good. So here, this was a very beautiful short summary of past, present, and future, grammar-wise for us, to be able to work and maneuver in the different verb tenses. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed. I myself liked it, seriously. And let's go to part B and see what it has for us. Okay.
Page 58. Exercise 2. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What else has changed in their neighborhood?
Okay, first time non-stop I play. Please take some notes. Give me a summary in order to improve your speaking. And after that, we will go sentence by sentence. Okay?
Well, what about that old bookstore? Do you know if it's still there?
No, it's not. Now it's a cell phone repair shop.
Really? What about the Thai restaurant next to it? I loved that place.
Oh, that's still there.
Let's go there this weekend. I'll drive. I can pick you up.
Great!
Okay, you got it? Please pause the video and give me your summary for this part. They were talking about an old bookstore, which unfortunately is not there anymore. It is replaced by a cell phone repair shop nowadays. But there is also a Thai restaurant that used to go in the past, and it's still there. So they're gonna go there one more time. Okay, let's listen to the part again, sentence by sentence. Maybe there are some words.
Listen to the...
Well, what about that old bookstore? Do you know if it's still there?
Do you know if it's still there? If it's still there?
No, it's not. Now it's a cell phone repair shop.
It's a cell phone repair shop.
Really? What about the Thai restaurant next to it?
Thai restaurant. Thai, adjective for Thailand. Thai restaurant. And it's not pronounced Thai, it is Thai.
I loved that place.
Oh, that's still there.
Let's go there
That's still there.
this weekend. I'll drive. I can pick you up.
I can pick you up. I can pick you up. It means I will come and I will drive you there. I can pick you up. Beautiful.
Great!
Okay, so that was the story of this conversation. Very beautifully, it set the scene for our grammar focus, exercise 3. Talking about time contrasts, past, present, and future. Basically, because we have covered books yellow and red of the interchange, today I shouldn't have anything new to teach you in this grammar. But the thing is that you need to be able to use them in your speaking, and that is the important part, right? So for past tense, you can see here it is using simple past, it is using used to. Also, you can use past continuous depending on the meaning. For present, it is using present continuous, it is using simple present, and for future, will and might, may, and also be going to. For the time that you are more certain, you got some plans. So let's listen to the part. It is beautiful.
Exercise 3. Grammar focus. Time contrasts. Past.
A few years ago, there were just houses here.
There were just houses here. Simple past. So if you want to make a yes/no question out of it, you say, were there houses? Were there houses? Good.
Present.
These days, they're building lots of apartments.
They're building, present continuous. Yes/no question, please. Are they building lots of apartments?
Future.
Soon, there will be apartment blocks everywhere.
There will be apartment blocks. So, yes/no question. Will there be? Will there be apartment blocks everywhere? Good.
We used to go to a burger place after class every day.
We used to go. Yes/no question. Did you used to go? We used to. Did you used to go to the burger place?
Today, people order food from their phones.
Simple present. People order food from their phone. Yes/no question, please. Do people order food from their phone? Good.
In the future, restaurants might not exist.
Restaurants might not exist. Speculation about future. And yes/no question. Might restaurants exist or might restaurants not exist? This is not that beautiful question, but grammatically it is correct.
In the past, kids used to hang out with friends after school.
Kids used to hang out. Question: did kids used to hang out with their friends?
Nowadays, kids only meet online.
Kids meet online. Yes, no. Do kids meet online? So, did, do, and here will or here be going to.
In a few years, we are going to have virtual friends.
We're gonna have virtual friends. Yes, no. Are we gonna have virtual friends? Are you gonna have virtual friends? Or things like that. Okay, you got it? It was past, it was present, and future. I say, these grammar points do not seem difficult, but how do you use them practically in your speaking? Now, part A. Complete the sentences in column A with appropriate information from column B. Now here, please pause the video for a second and match them with each other, okay? After that, we can continue. So, some sample responses to these. In the early 1990s, which means the decade of 1990 to 1999, and for example, the answer could be few people had cell phones, past tense. Before the airplane, H. Ocean liners were the only way to travel across the Atlantic. For example, from Europe to America. Number 3. Before there were supermarkets. E. People used to shop at small grocery stores. 4. In many companies these days. For example, this one. F. Women still receive lower salaries than men. That's unfortunate. 5. In most big cities nowadays, for example, B, pollution is becoming a serious problem. Present continuous because it is nowadays. Number 6, in many schools today, A, students have their own tablets. 7, in the next 100 years, future. So, for example, doctors might find a cure for the common cold, maybe. Or maybe there will probably be cities in space, or this one. Sometime in the future, there will probably be cities in space. Doctors might find a cure for common cold. Okay, so these were some sample responses to part A. And now for part B, I have some sample responses for furthering our speaking skill. My suggestion, please pause the video and give your sample responses either before or after I delivered my response. It says complete 4 of the phrases in part A with your own response. For example, I completed before the airplane. Before the airplane, people traveled by land and sea. They relied on trains, ships, and horse-drawn carriages. Okay? The skies were untouched, means not polluted, and the dreams of flying seemed impossible. The dream of flying seemed impossible. Beautiful. So maybe that is the only thing you might not know what it is, and Google image will help us. So this is a carriage, and that is a horse-drawn carriage. It means the horse would draw this one, for example. Okay. So that was the transportation before the airplane. Before there were supermarkets, my sample response: people shopped at local markets or small stores. They bought fresh produce, meat, and essentials daily. There was a sense of community because neighbors met while shopping, creating a more personal and local shopping experience. A beautiful sample response. One more time, I am reading it for you. Before there were supermarkets, people shopped at local markets or small stores. They bought fresh produce. So what is produce? Produce as a noun, it is vegetable and fruit. So that is produce. At a department store or at a shopping center, you can find a produce section, and that is this part. Okay, so that is the story of produce. And the past tense of buy is bought. It's not bought. They bought. They bought fresh produce, meat, and essentials daily. Every day they would go for shopping. There was a sense of community as people were together. Neighbors met while shopping, creating another reduced adjective clause, which creating a more personal and local shopping experience. Beautiful. Number 3, in many companies these days, computers play a crucial role. Beautiful. In boosting productivity, enhancing productivity. Additionally, moreover, smartphones have become indispensable tools for communication. Have become, present perfect. These innovations, these tools, these ideas, these changes have revolutionized the way businesses operate, making tasks more efficient and communication more accessible. A very beautiful conclusion for this part. These inventions have revolutionized the way businesses operate, which make reduced adjective clause, making tasks more efficient and communication more accessible. A very beautiful sample response. And what about the future? In the next 100 years, technology will advance, shaping, again reduced adjective clause, shaping a world where communication is instant, renewable energy prevails, dominates, and medical breakthroughs enhance life. So breakthrough means advancement, medical improvement, enhance life. Global cooperation will be crucial for addressing challenges, taking care of problems like climate change, ensuring a sustainable and interconnected future, which ensures, again another reduced adjective, ensuring a sustainable and interconnected future, a sustainable future. A very beautiful sample response. My suggestion, friends, please pause the video here, get ideas from these sample responses and redo them. Record your voice, listen to that over and over, and that is how you can improve your speaking. Okay, do so. And our story here in Grammar Focus part finished. Now, exercise 4 and pronunciation. Not a difficult one, just I take a look at that. Intonation in statements with time phrases. So, the idea behind this exercise is for you not to speak monotonously. If you want to speak monotonously with just one tone, no ups and downs in your talk, you will read this like this. In the past, few women went to college. So there is no ups and downs in your talk, making it boring for the people to listen to you. So if you want to read it beautifully, it has ups and downs of intonation. How? In the past, few women went to college, falling intonation at the end. Today, there are more women than men in colleges in the United States. And in the future, women all over the world will go to college. So ups and downs of your talk will give energy, will boost your speaking, and people will more likely be listening to you. Okay, so have that in your mind. But because this exercise is not very difficult, I'm going to move. Exercise 5, which is our listening.
Listening. On the other side of the world. Part A. Listen to Katie talk to her grandfather about an upcoming trip. Check the 3 concerns her grandfather has about the trip.
So grandfather has got 3 concerns, and what are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of these. So please just check which one the grandfather talks about. For the first time, I'm going non-stop. Please take some notes. After that, I'm looking for your beautiful sample responses. Okay, let's go.
Katie, I can't believe you're leaving for Japan next week. You're going so far away.
Oh, Grandpa, you don't need to worry. I'll be fine.
Well, you're a young girl going by yourself to the other side of the world. When I was your age, we used to take the train to another city or state, but that was it. Not a lot of people flew internationally.
Yeah, but flying to other countries is really common now, Grandpa. And these days, lots of people work and live overseas.
Yes, but you don't know anyone. When I moved to Chicago at your age, it took me months to make friends.
Well, big international cities like Tokyo have people from all over the world. I've already gone online and found 2 groups of people from the US who meet up at different places in the city. It will be easy for me to make friends.
Okay, but promise me that we'll talk often. We'll want to know how you are. Your grandma and I can coordinate times that work for you.
I promise.
I love that we can see you with video calls and that they're free. I remember even calling someone in another part of the country used to be expensive. Now we can talk to you and see your face on the other side of the world for nothing.
I know, it's great. You know, Grandpa, flying isn't as expensive either nowadays. You and Grandma could come visit me in Tokyo. I'm going to be there for 6 months.
Your grandma does love Japanese food, and I would love for you to be our tour guide. I'll look at tickets.
Great idea. We could plan everything over our video calls. It would be great to see you on the other side of the world.
Okay, a very beautiful talk. I hope you got it well. So, what did they talk about? They talked about meeting people, they talked about communication, and they talked about Japanese food. Now, would you please pause the video here and give me a sample review of what you listened to? My review for this part is that she's going to travel to Japan for 6 months, and the grandfather is kind of worried about some issues because he's comparing things with the time he was her age. For example, he says, how are you going to meet people? It's difficult. When he went to Chicago, it was difficult for him to find people for the first 2 to 3 months and meet them. But she says she has already gone online and found some people, so it's not going to be difficult for her. And as for communication, they are happy that they can have video calls instantly and everywhere, so he can coordinate the time with her and they can talk to her. And the other thing was talking about food, Japanese food, which they like, and she kind of invited them to go to Japan and join her. Okay, so these short summaries that you give help you boost your short-term memory and put the grammar that you have with the vocabulary actually into practice. Okay, so do it. It's for the good of you. One more time, let's listen and talk about the points.
Trip. Check the
Katie, I can't believe you're leaving for Japan next week. You're going so far away.
Oh, Grandpa, you don't need to worry. I'll be fine.
Well, you're a young girl going by yourself to the other side of the world.
So you're a young girl going by yourself. By yourself means alone, yeah? By yourself means on your own. By yourself or on your own.
When I was your age, we used to take the train to another city or state.
We used to take trains. So, past tense.
But that was it. Not a lot of people flew internationally.
A very beautiful sentence. Not a lot of people flew internationally. Not a lot of people flew internationally. So there are a lot of points in this sentence. Number one, not a lot of people flew. Not a lot of people flew. Not everyone can afford international flight. It's a very beautiful sentence most of the students cannot make. Fly, past flew, fly, flew, flown. And internationally, adverb. Adverb modifying a verb. So international flight, fly internationally. Okay?
Yeah, but flying to other countries is really common now, Grandpa. And these days, lots of people work and live overseas.
Live and work overseas. Overseas means in other countries. Overseas, yeah?
Yes, but you don't know anyone. When I moved to Chicago at your age, it took me months to make friends.
It took me months to make friends, yeah? Make friends.
Well, big international cities like Tokyo have people from all over the world.
Big international cities.
I've already gone online and
I've already gone online. Present perfect. Red Interchange Unit 10.
found two groups of people from the US who meet up at different places in the city. It will be easy for me to make friends.
It will be easy for me to make friends.
Okay,
Find friends.
but promise me that we'll talk often. We'll want to know how you are. Your grandma and I can coordinate times.
Your grandma and I can coordinate times. Can match times, arrange times.
That work for you.
Okay, so coordinate times.
I promise.
I love that we can see you with video calls and that they're free. I remember even calling someone in another part of the country used to be expensive. Now we can talk to you and see your face on the other side of the world for nothing.
I know, it's great. You know, Grandpa, flying isn't as expensive either nowadays.
Isn't as expensive. Comparative adjective. Isn't as expensive.
You and Grandma could come visit me in Tokyo. I'm going to be there for 6 months.
Your grandma does love Japanese food.
Your grandma does love Japanese food. So, why doesn't he say your grandma loves Japanese food? Your grandma loves Japanese food. Okay. Your grandma does love Japanese food. Emphasis. So for the sake of emphasis, she does love Japanese food. If it is we do love Japanese food. And if it is past, your grandma did love Japanese food. Okay? Emphasis.
And I would love for you to be our tour guide.
I would love for you to be our tour guide.
I'll look at tickets.
Great idea. We could plan everything over our video calls. It would be great to see you on the other side of the world.
Okay, good. So that was listening the other side of the word. We talked about it. And now part C for furthering our speaking skills. Here it says, the question, what other problems might someone experience when they travel to another country? So some of the problems people might experience when traveling to another country. My suggestion, please pause the video and give your sample response. And now mine, traveling to another country can pose language barriers, can create, can cause, can bring, can have language problems, obstacles, making communication challenging, which makes communication challenging. Reduced adjective clause. In the future, advanced translation technology could offer, or might offer, may offer, real-time language assistance, easing communication, which eases communication. Reduced adjective clause. So ease, the verb of easy, ease. Verb of easy, make something easy. Cultural differences may also lead to misunderstandings, but increased cultural awareness through education and technology might help bridge gaps. Bridge the gaps. So there are some gaps between the cultural understanding of different countries or peoples. Here, if we bridge the gaps, means we are connecting those cultures together, we are removing the barriers. Additionally, moreover, navigation difficulties could be addressed, could be taken care of through enhanced digital maps and smart travel applications, which offering seamless guidance for newcomers. Offering seamless guidance. Seamless means error-free, means with no problems. Offering seamless guidance. Beautiful for newcomers. Overall, advancement in language translation, cultural understanding, and navigation technologies hold promise for smoother international travel experience. Hold promise for. It means they have this beautiful promise for us, or they promise here as a noun or promise as a verb. You see, the beautiful part here is that it has a conclusion, wrapping up all the things that were talked about before. In this part, we talked about language translation, we talked about cultural understanding, and navigation technology. So we have all of that in our communication. If your talk becomes a bit long, not a bad idea to recap on what you said in your talk. This was a sample response for the problems that might happen to someone traveling internationally. That was my sample response. Maybe you can also give your own. Okay, so right now we are good with exercise 5. Let's move to exercise 6. Speaking, not anymore. So today we have a lot of speaking, and that I'm happy for it. In the areas of communication, entertainment, environment, health, education, fashion, food, housing, shopping, and traveling, how have things changed? How will things be different in the future? Okay, so you can choose some of these topics and talk about them. For example, about food, you can say in the past food was healthier because most of that was grown organically and naturally. These days, however, there is a lot of chemicals used in food preparing and processing, and there is a lot of food additives and preservatives added to the food process and making it kind of unhealthy. And in the future, there might not be enough food for all this growing population in the world. These are our sentences in past, present, and future talking about food. You can pick one of these topics and talk about that. But I've got 4 of them here for you, talking about past, present, and future sample responses. About entertainment, listen. After that, give your own sample response, please. 100 years ago, people enjoyed simpler entertainment like radio, silent films, and live performances. Today, entertainment is diverse with TV, movies, video games, and online content. In the future, technology can bring immersive experiences, virtual reality, and new forms of interactive entertainment, which make leisure even more dynamic and personalized. Yeah, leisure these days is much more personalized because everybody can have their own version of entertainment. In the past, there was just one radio, so all the people of the same country would just listen to that station, and everybody had just this same form of entertainment like other people. Or TV, for example, it offers the same. It's not personalized, but online entertainment, it could be tailored to your preferences and interests. So that was about entertainment, past, present, and future. So what is immersive experiences? Immersive experiences are like virtual realities whereby you can immerse yourself or dive into that experience. You can be a part of that reality by yourself, okay? It's like virtual reality and interactive entertainment and things like that we talked about. Now in the area of education, 100 years ago, education relied on traditional classrooms, books, and limited technology. Now, education is more diverse with online resources, interactive tools, and global connectivity. So why global connectivity? Because there could be one course held in the Americas, but for example, people from Asia, Europe, or the other could join and learn from it. It is global connectivity. Like YouTube, there is a course and people from different countries are enjoying. Interactive tools whereby the two sides can communicate, can interact with each other, or can share their experiences with each other. Interactive means a two-way of sharing ideas and information. In the future, education may embrace advanced technology like virtual reality, personalized learning plans, and AI-driven tutoring. Interesting. Reduced adjective clause, fostering an even more dynamic and accessible learning experience. Which foster means develop. So it develops a more dynamic. If it is dynamic, it's not just fixed. It could be changed from person to person, and that is dynamic experience and accessible. And under health and healthcare, what do we have here? It says 100 years ago, health was challenging with limited medical knowledge. Now, advancements provide better care, longer life, and different control. In the future, technology may enhance personalized medicine, preventive measures, and overall well-being, promising an even healthier world, which promises an even healthier world. Enhanced personalized medicine. So personalized means, again, it could be from person to person different. Preventive measures. Measure means action, things that we can do. So preventive measures, actions that we can do in order to prevent problems or health issues. And under fashion also, I have another sample response. A century ago, people wore more formal and conservative clothing, often tailored and covering most of the body. Today, so why was it conservative? Means it was kind of in line with traditions, norms, and it was not outrageous like some of the clothing styles these days. Today, fashion is diverse, different, with casual styles and individual expression. Expression means showing. So individuals have the opportunity to show their ideas through their clothes. In the future, fashion may continue evolving, changing, blending technology and sustainability, mixing. Clothing might become smarter, adaptive to personal preferences, so personalized experience again, and focused on eco-friendly materials. Okay, so that's why it says sustainability, eco-friendly materials. So these were my sample responses, my friends, for fashion, health, education, and entertainment. My idea, please pause the video here, review this 4 sample responses again, and give your own version, as it is essential for you to be able to talk in past, present, and future. And now, my friends, exercise 7, he's changed a lot. Okay? It says interview your partner, talk about his or her past, present, and future, and see how your partner has changed. So please pause the video here. Think about someone, for example, your brother, your sister, your father, mother, your friend, anyone, and give a short summary of 5 years ago, now, and what you think they might be in the future. This is a writing practice, but you can also do it in verbal expression, so contributing to your speaking. My sample response, it says, over the past 5 years, Emma has grown physically, developed new interests, and formed stronger opinions. So I will talk about these one more time when I read. He has gained more independence and faced new challenges, impacting his personality. He has also married, which is a giant leap forward in his life. So all of these are in past and present. And now, future. In the future, he might further mature emotionally, explore a career path, and establish his own architecture company. Life experiences will continue shaping Emma's identity and priorities. Okay, so this was the sample response for someone and how they have changed physically and emotionally. Now, one more time, let's read and see what beautiful language it has for us. Over the past 5 years, Emma has grown physically. Verb, adverb. Emma has grown physically, has developed new interests. So, develop interest, has found new interest, and has formed stronger opinions. Beautiful. He has gained more independence, gain independence. Beautiful. And faced new challenges, which impacting his personality. He has also married, which is a giant leap forward in his life. So a giant leap forward. It is a major step forward in his life. In the future, he might further mature emotionally, verb, adverb, explore career path, and establish his own architecture company. Life experiences will continue shaping Emma's identity and priorities. Okay, this was a sample response based on someone named Emma and how he has changed in the job areas, physically and emotionally. Okay, so you might also prepare the same sample responses, do it for furthering your writing and speaking skills. And now, exercise 8, my friends. I hope you're not tired. If you are, please pause the video, get up, do something, and come back. Okay? Exercise 8. Making the big bucks. Making a lot of money. Bucks means money, means dollar. So making big bucks means making a lot of money. I hope all of you have first health, happiness, and after that, loads of money in your bank accounts. So, listen to some possible consequences of getting a high-paying job. If sentences, very useful for us, this grammar.
Page 61. Exercise 8. Perspectives. Listen to some possible consequences of getting a high-paying job. Check the statements you agree with.
If you get a high-paying job, your friends might ask you for a loan.
So, if you get a high-paying job, look at the intonation. If you get a high-paying job, your friends might ask you for a loan. Okay? So, loan, it means they come in, want to borrow money from you.
You'll have a lot of money to spend.
You'll have a lot of money to spend. So, you see, simple present here we have if you get, and here we have will, might, may.
More people may want to be your friend.
Sure.
You won't have much time for your family.
So if you get a high-paying job, you will not have much time for your family. That's unfortunate.
You'll be able to buy anything you want. You won't be able to take long vacations.
Won't be able to take long vacations because you can't afford being far from your job.
You'll have to pay higher taxes.
Okay.
You won't have to worry about the future.
Yeah. So if you get a high-paying job, you will, you won't, you may not. And that is conditional sentences type 1, which we are going to cover in our grammar focus. But here we just want to touch on that. Now for furthering our speaking, would you like to make the big bucks? Would you like to have a lot of money? What will you do with that money? Okay, so think about it and tell me. If I have a lot of money, I will do this, I can do that. I will do this because, and then expand your talk. My sample response, yes, I aspire to earn a substantial income. I like to make a lot of money, substantial income, a lot of money. With that money, I can secure a comfortable lifestyle, invest in a home, ensure my family's well-being, and pursue personal interest or follow personal interest. Beautiful. Financial stability allows for enjoyable experiences, education, travel, and the ability to support loved ones. Kind of a summary on the talk. Okay, so do you like to have a lot of money? Please pause the video and say yes. I like to have a lot of money because if I have, for example, $1 million, if I have $10 million, if I have $100 million or whatever, I can do this, I can do that. Okay, that is beautiful. And now, kind of, we know what we are going to cover in our grammar focus. Exercise 9, grammar focus, conditional sentences with if clauses. Okay.
Page 61, Exercise 9. Grammar focus. Conditional sentences with if clauses. Possible situation, present.
So, conditional sentences type 1, we have one verb here in the if clause, which is in the present tense. And we have the consequence of that, or the main clause, in the future. It could be with will, with may, with might. Listen, please.
If you get a high-paying job.
Consequence. Future with will, may, or might.
You'll have more cash to spend.
If you get a high-paying job, you'll have more cash to spend.
If you have more cash to spend, you'll be able to buy anything you want.
Again, the consequence. If you have more cash, you'll be able to do this.
If you can buy anything you want, you won't save your money.
Again, the same story. You buy anything you want, you won't, you will not.
If you don't save your money, you may have to get a weekend job.
So problems kind of are coming back.
If you have to get a weekend job, you might not have any free time.
Okay, so you get a high-paying job in order not to have free time? That's good. So this is conditional sentences type 1. The structure here says if plus present verb and comma, then subject, will, can, may, or whatever, and the rest of the sentence. If you start your sentence with the if clause, you need a comma in between. If you start with the main clause and the if clause follows, then the comma is not needed. So if you want more information on if clauses, please go here to my YouTube playlist, and here Advanced English Grammar. Here I have this video for you, subordinating conjunctions of condition. And in this video I talk about if, unless, in case, as long as, provided that, and whether or not. It is for advanced students aiming to take IELTS and TOEFL. This playlist is mostly directed at advanced students who are aiming to take standardized tests like IELTS or TOEFL, and this one for speaking and grammar of elementary level, this one for speaking and grammar of intermediate, and this one for listening, good for everyone. Okay, let's go back to our story. Here we talked about the structure. Grammar practice. Change each sentence into a conditional question. So here I have some sentences for you. Please change them into questions. If it rains tomorrow, I will stay at home and read a book. What is the question for that? I want you to do that. Okay, it says, what will you do if it rains tomorrow? What will you do if it rains tomorrow? The art of making questions is essential for you, because in speaking, oftentimes you will be making questions as well. It's not just you are answering questions. This one says, if she studies hard, she will pass the exam with flying colors. Flying colors means with very great scores or grades. Now, the question for that, very good. What will happen if she studies hard? If she studies hard, what will happen? Because this is the consequence. In fact, this one is the consequence of this one. So, what will happen if she studies hard? This one, if you eat too much before bed, you might have trouble sleeping. So, again, what will happen if you eat too much? What will happen if you eat too much, right? Before bed. What might happen if you eat too much before bed? This one, if I see him at the party, I will introduce you to him. So, what will you do if you see him at the party? Yeah. What will you do if you see him at the party? I will introduce you guys together. This one, if the weather is nice this weekend, we'll go for a picnic in the park. So, question for that, what will we do if? Good. What will we do if the weather is nice this weekend? If you finish your homework early, you can join us for the movie tonight. And the question, what can you do if you finish? Or what can I do? What can I do if I finish my homework early? If you finish your homework early, you can join us for the movie. Okay, so that was our grammar practice. And now some speaking practice for us. It says unscramble the question first and then answer it. Okay, good. $10 million. What if do you, what have you, and $10 million. So what is the question for that? Good. What will you do if? What will you do if? What will you do if you have $10 million? Please pause the video here and tell me, what will you do if you have $10 million? My sample response? If I got $10 million, I might consider various options. Like what? I can invest in real estate, start a business, or put money into stocks. Like, for example, Forex or things. I may also choose to save for the future or for retirement, and surely I will spend a part on personal interest like travel, luxury items, or hobbies. Okay, so that is also some items that I might do. Additionally, I may share my wealth by supporting charitable causes or helping family and friends. Overall, having $10 million offers me the opportunity for financial security, personal enjoyment, and the ability to make a positive impact in various ways. So what was it? It was a summary wrapping up what I had told you before. And here it talks about the things that I might do. Invest in was beautiful. Invest in something, real estate, business, put my money into stocks. I may do this. So all of these sentences are the consequences of if I have $10 million, I might do this. If I have $10 million, I can do this. If I have that money, I may do this. All of these sentences, I will spend. All of these are the consequences or the main clauses of if I have $10 million. Okay? I hope that you have 10 times the $10 million in your bank account, but be sure that health and happiness and being together with your family members, they are far more important than these things. But for the sake of our grammar part here, we have matched the if clauses in column A with appropriate consequences in column B. Now please pause the video here and match them together. Okay, so if you eat less fast food, for example, you might feel a lot healthier. B. Or C. You'll stay in shape without joining a gym. Join a gym. If you walk to work every day, again, both B and C are possible. If you walk, simple present, you might, you will. If you don't get enough sleep, E. You won't be able to stay awake in class. 4. If you change jobs, for example, F. You may not like it better than your old one. If you don't study regularly, that's my response. You may not learn to speak fluently. If you want to speak fluently, you need to be in constant contact with language. Vocabulary and grammar, those are input coming to you, but simultaneously you need to put them into practice. That's why I am killing myself, moving heavens and earth, giving you ample opportunities while teaching to pause the video and speak. Give your sample responses, okay? And if you travel abroad, D. You'll be able to experience a new culture, okay? So these are the sample responses here. And we had our speaking about the 10 million box, okay? Exercise 10 and collocations. So collocation means which verb goes with which noun. Which adjective goes with which noun. Not all adjectives, even with similar meanings, can go with all the nouns. So that is a matter of collocations. How to learn collocations? It's only a matter of memorization and nothing else. You gotta memorize that we say take a trip. So take a trip as a collocation, you gotta memorize. Take a photo, that is a collocation. So a moment here for you to first read this yellow box, and after that match them with the verbs. So please pause the video here, read the box in order to pronounce them correctly, and after that we match them together. If I want to read the box for you: a club, a degree, a group, a gym, a living, energy, in shape, into college, jealous, money, stressed, time, tired, work experience, in your own money. So the answers: earn a degree, earn a living, earn money. These are the answers. Earn your own money, for example. Get a degree, also possible. Get in shape. Get stressed, possible. Get tired, get work experience, all of these are possible. Join a group, join a gym, join join. And spend your money, spend money, spend energy, and feel jealous, feel tired, feel stressed. These are collocations. Okay, so that is the story of collocation. What to do with that? There is no way but to memorize them. This is the only way for collocations. And I can teach you here how your dictionary can be at your service for collocations. For example, we say earn as a verb, and here it says collocations from the corpus, and these are the adverbs going with earn. For example, earn enough, earn less, earn more, and then when you open it, there are some examples here coming. And the nouns with earn, earn credit, for example, earn a degree, earn family, earn income, earn interest. All of these are the words going with earn. Yeah. See how many? Earn respect. It's a very beautiful collocation. Earn respect with the examples. And see, lots of words going with earn, and earn again with another. So overall, this is the story of collocations and how you can find them in your dictionary, contributing to your language learning experience. Okay, so that was the word pattern we took care of, exercise 10. And now let's go to exercise 11. Again, other speaking parts. So in this part, we have if clauses or conditional sentences talking about these situations and the consequences that might follow. So the consequences of falling in love. You may also pause the video and talk about your personal experiences. If I fall in love, this might happen, that might happen, this will happen. Now, if she meets him at the party, she will probably fall in love with his charming smile, beautiful collocation. When he sees her across the room, he will feel his heart race if she smiles back at him. Interesting. The scenario is getting built up. If they spend more time together, they will likely discover common interests and fall for each other. Okay? Romantic scenes are getting shaped. She will feel happy if he asks her out for coffee, as it could be the start of something special. What's something special? Here. If they share their dreams and aspirations, they will likely connect on a deeper level and fall in love. So the connection will go a little deeper. And if he helps her when she needs it, she may find herself falling for his kindness and generosity. So these are the consequences of falling in love. This was my story. You can also shape your own. What about move to a foreign country? What might happen if you move to a foreign country? If you move to a foreign country, you will experience new cultures and traditions. If you learn the local language, you will find it easier to communicate with people in your new country. Interesting. If you make friends with locals, make friends. You will have a better understanding of the community, have better understanding of. If you adapt to the local customs, you will feel more integrated into the society. You are more in line with society norms. If you explore the local cuisine or eating habits or food, you will discover new and delicious foods. If you embrace the challenges of adjusting to a new environment, you will grow personally and professionally. Okay, so these are the consequences of traveling to another country, moving abroad. These are the ones that I picked. Maybe you can pick two others and talk about them. Okay, and now exercise 13, Aguaviva fighting for a future. A beautiful reading and a beautiful strategy that the mayor of the city adopted. Now, let's go here. I got it typed here for you guys. Yeah, I'm reading it for you. 20 years ago, Aguaviva, a small village in north of Spain, was dying. Past tense. Young people wanted more opportunities, so they moved away to the cities. By 1991, which means before 1991 until 1991, there were only 618 or 618 people left, and most of them were old. Many of the houses were empty and falling down, and the local school had very few children. Aguaviva's future looked dark or bleak. B-L-E-A-K. In 2000, the mayor, Luis Bricio, decided something had to change. He wondered, and the quotation mark shows that this is his sentence by himself. How can I bring this place back to life? He knew the village needed people, but from where? Then he had a brilliant idea. So a brilliant idea. Beautiful collocation. He flew 6,300 or 6,300 miles to Buenos Aires and started telling everyone about Aguaviva. He spoke on the radio and put advertisements in newspapers. His ad said, if you are married with 2 children under the age of 12, we'll offer you a home, a job, free healthcare, and education for at least 5 years. Excellent. The following year, he did the same thing in Romania. Many families accepted his offer, and Aguaviva began to change. The village school went from having 37 students to more than 80 in 3 years. The sound of children shouting and playing has made the local people feel so much younger. The economy began to improve too. There was work for builders repairing the old houses, and a factory making electrical parts for cars opened. Of course, not everything was easy. Not everything was easy. The people from Buenos Aires were used to a big city, so living in a small village with little public transportation was difficult at first. The Romanians had to learn a new language, and they all missed their family and friends back home. But everybody had new opportunities too. Before, many of the parents had worried about finding a job and having enough money to look after their children. After moving to Spain, their future looked brighter. Many of them thought, we're gonna stay here for many years. This place will be our home. Okay, so that was the reading and the brilliant idea of the mayor drawing many people to that city. Okay, so as a summary of this part, I always prepare summaries for readings. Why? Because I know how useful it is for especially TOEFL IBT students who are supposed to prepare summaries for their speaking part and for their integrated writing part. It is essential for them. So see how you can summarize the text, keeping the main idea intact in your own words. Aguaviva, a dying Spanish village, faced population decline and economic struggles. In 2000, Mayor Luis Bricio initiated or started a unique plan, offering homes, jobs, and services to families from Buenos Aires and Romania. So you see, the part he went to Buenos Aires, he advertised, and these things are summarized. This revitalization effort, vital means life. Revitalize means give life back to someone or something. Revitalize, give it again. So the city was kind of dying, the village. Revitalized it, means gave life back to it. This revitalization effort succeeded. increasing the village's population, school enrollment, and economic activity. So it doesn't say that the school number went from 37 to 80 or something. That is summary. Challenges included adjusting to rural life for Argentinians and learning new languages for people from Romania. But the initiative provided newfound opportunities for families, transforming Aguaviva's future positively. So it transformed or it changed Aguaviva's future positively. And the initiative means this campaign or these efforts provided newfound opportunities, the opportunities that were given to families and all the things that we read about. Okay, it was a very beautiful summary telling overall the story of this city in our own words. Okay, and now part C as our speaking practice, end of the unit. So would people from different countries generally move to live in another country? You please give your sample response to this question. Please pause the video. Do people these days travel to other countries to live there, or do they immigrate to other countries? Please pause the video and say yes. Lots of people are immigrating from countries to other more advanced countries in hopes of better lives for their future, for their children. Economically, it could be better for them, preparing better job opportunities for them, or any other sample response coming to your mind. What would they often miss from home? And this is my sample response. People from different countries often choose to move to another country for various reasons, such as, for example, better life opportunities, improved quality of life, or seeking a change in environment. So these are the reasons for which people immigrate to other countries. Now, this comes at a price, man. What is the cost of that? However, they often miss the familiarity of their home culture, family, and friends. The absence of familiar traditions, cuisines, and social norms can create a sense of longing. Oh, they always wish I could go back and see my family. I wish I could go and have the taste of my mom's cooking and things. And now you are watching this video, maybe you are also an immigrant and tears might come to your eyes, for which I'm sorry. Additionally, language barriers and the challenge of adapting to new social contexts may contribute to a feeling of isolation, may give rise to, may lead to a feeling of isolation, despite the benefits of relocation, synonym for immigration. The emotional and cultural attachments to one's home country can lead to a lifelong wish for the comforts of the home. Oh. Okay. Those who have immigrated to another country can understand what the sample response means, but the unit finished, my friends. Next session, we will be going to unit 10, okay? Taking care of that. But the summary of what we talked today. As a unit review, today we talked about unit 9, time will tell. We talked about past, present, and future in areas of education, work, and transportation. Here there was ample opportunities for us to do speaking, and we did the conversation. A very beautiful conversation integrating past, present, and future verb tenses in the sentences. We had it for the sake of our grammar practice. I recommend you take care of that part again. In the grammar, nothing new for me to teach you, but for you to put whatever you know into practice. Pronunciation. Stay clear of monotonous speaking. Have ups and downs in your talk. We talked about it. Listening. The girl going to Japan. We talked about it. Speaking again in different areas. Writing the same for someone who has changed. And if clauses or conditional sentences type 1, we talked about it, the grammar focus also. Here we have present tense, here we have will, may, or talking about the consequence of that. If you start your sentence with the if clause, a comma is needed. If you start with this one and then the if clause comes, no comma is required. Word power, we talked about collocations. You need to memorize them. Speaking again, what happens if you fall in love, if you join a gym or whatever. And revitalization of Aguaviva by the wise decision of its mayor we took care of. And now in the word file, is there any new word and thing that we need to take care of? We had a lot of speaking practice today. Please take care of them. Center around or center on or capitalize on. All of them mean focus on something. We talked about it. Here, address an issue, address a problem, address a challenge means take care of that, deal with it. And in the conversation, we talked about that. For example, in your 40s, in your 30s, in your 20s, whatever, we talked about it. Pick up. In the grammar part, we had a lot of things. For example, here we had carriage, horse-drawn carriage. That was maybe new for lots of you. Play a role, play a significant role, play a crucial role. That is important. Address a challenge, address an issue, address a problem. We talked about it. By yourself means on your own. Not everyone can do that. That was beautiful. Overseas. Make friends, collocation. And does, for the sake of emphasis. Here under the speaking part, we had offer guidance. Offer seamless guidance means error-free or problem-free. Hold promise for something. For example, these campaigns hold promise for a greener future for our town. Under speaking, we had entertainment, education, health, and fashion in past, present, and future. Very beautiful. Preventive measures. We talked about it. Writing and emot. Develop interest. Gain independence. A giant leap forward. These were the beautiful parts. Perspective, substantial income we had. It was beautiful. Pursue personal interest. Follow personal interest. And a grammar part, grammar focus. Sentences with if, we talked about them. And here you made questions with them. Beautiful. Unscrambling and talking about 10 million bucks you did. Invest in something. And the word power, speaking again, charming smile, beautiful, attractive smile we had here. Move to a foreign country and have a better understanding of something, of a community. And the reading part, a brilliant idea. This was the beautiful collocation we talked about. And under the summary, and here the speaking part. Okay, finished, my friends, finished. As my final comments for you, I hope that this method of teaching is helping you improve in your speaking skill. It requires you to cooperate. It takes two to do this. I will present the lesson to you, give you opportunities to speak. You please also pause the video and speak. And if you like this methodology I am presenting here, please share my videos with your friends, invite them to come to my YouTube channel. And one final time, I am telling you, please subscribe to my channel. It is useful for my channel. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you have a brilliant day ahead of yourself. Take very good care and bye.